Hey folks, Haley here, and you're listening to an NC Cutting Edge Counseling production. NCCEC is a trauma therapy practice based in North Carolina. Learn more at NCCEC.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Mindscapes and Magic for more content, and come hang out with us in our Discord for episode discussions. Content warnings and where to find us will be found in the episode descriptions. Get in, loser. We're doing a fucking show.
Hello, beautiful people. I don't know if any of that intro is going to make it in, but welcome back to Mindscapes and Magic. My name is Casey Gibson, he, him pronouns, and I'm still the Dungeon Master of our marvelous misadventures?
No, you fucked it up.
No, that was on purpose. Now you fucked it up. Because there wasn't much adventure in last episode, but I'm joined.
This is why we kicked Jason out.
Yeah, this is why
What are you doing back?
Go home. We have a restraining order against you.
God damn it. Send him back to TikTok.
Back to the sever.
But I am joined, as always, by our wonderful cohort of people.
Hi, Haley Ronstadt here, she, they pronouns. I'm the therapist on the podcast, playing Elle or Eldon, he, they pronouns. He is a half-elf witch who is Susan Sarandon hot. Elle is actually starting to really settle into the new party. It's really nice to see.
I am Jason Wyde, he, him, and I have tenure. You can't fucking fire me.
Someone call the lawyer.
But I did bring my good friend Geverax, because, he's become...
Because we like him.
Yeah,
More.
Look, I don't really want to be here either, so...
Then don't show up.
But I have tenure.
I really hope you didn't hear all the things I said about you in the last episode.
Geverax told me. We're still friends.
Kev.
I felt bad for the guy. I mean, you were kind of mean.
Did you hear what he said previously, though? I feel like it was dessert.
Well, tit for tat.
Well,
you were mean,
Gav,
he was mean, but, I still kind of like the guy.
Well, despite the fact that you've betrayed me, you can still go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Geverax, Geverax Avil, he, him, and I am looking forward to doing something this episode.
Me too.
I'm Derek Rogers, and I am here to slay as Kadima Thorn. He, him. Kadima is your local quad father.
Hallowed be thy gains.
Hallowed be thy gains.
Amen.
Amen.
Kadima, certified quad god.
All I'm picturing is like if Wandissimo.
Just the lower body.
I was not expecting that one.
That was a good pull. Holy shit.
He's excited that he has some new clothes, kind of feeling himself a little bit, and I think in a way that he's never gotten to express like a fun side outwardly.
Hell yeah. We love to see it. Deific.
Deific
even. Mm-hmm. I'm Christian Snyder. I'm playing Alexander Mish Kamien, the raucous rapscallion with these hands.
Rated E
it didn't
for
rhyme.
everyone.
It didn't need to.
We are back, everyone, and last episode, you guys, did you report back last? Yeah, reported back last episode.
Yep.
Went to bed.
I mean, I know it's been 2 weeks, but
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, man. It takes, sometimes got to get back into it.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys reported back on your successful mission. Geverax woke in the manner of his new friend. And,
Or at least I cannot remember her last name.
yeah.
But it is kind of important.
Yeah, woke up. Kadima, Vodon, and Mish had a nice little training session in the morning. And Eldon got to spill some tea with his friend Cassandra. You guys talked for a bit, decided to hit up a magic shop, the Affordable Manticore, run by the Dwarven man Gideon. Got some new items, commissioned one for Kadima, and then made your way to the Maid's Keep Library to meet up with Zelda and research and try and figure out what your next steps may be. And yeah, what all would you guys like to look into? We have Mish wanting to look into the gods, the decimations,
as well as the astral plane.
The astral plane, which Vodan is on board with. Do you have any other research topics that we might want to hit on? What we'll do with this next week of time is we will basically get broad strokes of what you all do over the next course of the week. And I know there's some conversations everyone wants to have, some more research to do while we wait on Kadima's commission to get done.
I think that Elle would have seen if there were any newspaper articles or anything about his family
Ooh,
in
okay.
Adrathis.
Gev wants to go through current events, reports that have come in about things that are happening now or recently.
I think Kadima wants to try to find anything on the Thorn lineage and see about if there's anything on record about any of these, the martial art forms.
Okay. So we will move into the research stage. The way we'll do this is I'll offer you all two options. You can research on your own and kind of have Zelda help you, which will give you advantage on the investigation, history, whatever role that may be. Or you can have Zelda do the research for you and we'll use her modifier and roll for it. And then it'll kind of just be, I'll roll it back here and you'll get whatever the role represents.
Zelda can do mine.
Zelda can do yours.
Gev has to look through current events himself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the help with.
I will also take the help, but I'll roll it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, help would be nice, but
Yeah, I mean, that is the deal. If you research on your own, you still have Zelda's help.
okay.
But it's just
You're
with your
using your
modifier.
modifier,
Yeah,
not her.
that's fine.
Yeah, Elle wants the information, but he doesn't
He doesn't want to go
really
looking.
want to go looking.
You want to go reading
I'm going to
newspapers?
research on my own.
All right, sounds good. So
Without Zelda?
No, Zelda's help is...
all this research will take course over the rest of this week. We'll move into that shortly. Is there anything you guys want to talk about as you're getting into the research in the library as the day kind of moves on and anything like that?
Until they tell us otherwise, I think we should go to Rualia. They look like they're having issues there, and this close to a decimation, that means something else is up. I think that might be the best course of action.
I'm in.
That is as good a plan as any.
I mean, and then we can just see where things are from there, but it's a direction.
It is also close.
Yeah.
That is good.
All right, so we'll move into this week. We'll start off with the first research roll with Eldon. So Zelda is going to roll. This one is investigation, which is good because she has advantage on it. Mm-hmm. That's a 25.
Yeah.
So over the course of this first couple of days, as you guys start preparing yourselves, getting ready, meeting at the Mage Keep Library, Zelda starts off researching into Eldon's family and Adrathos. She comes back to you probably the next day and is like, I found a number of things. It looks like your family, the ones that own the Fern and the Foal Inn, looks like they started making moves into some trades dealing with some of the people that travel with the planes. It looks like they've kind of managed to develop a monopoly on horses. It looks like they're starting to raise horses and sell those. That's becoming very profitable for them. It seems like, I guess it'd be your brother, Gavric, is set to take whatever position of power they're trying to establish there, but it seems that, they're establishing their own city. The newspapers didn't have too much, but it looks like they're sending out your siblings to different nations to meet and talk, form alliances. Looks like they're meeting with members of the coalition to really solidify their place in the world. Seems to be getting a lot of backlash from some people who understandably think it's a bold move to form a city a year before the decimation's happening, but it seems like they're sticking to their guns. They've got some support from, looks like, they had support from Cauldron, but they're a little tied up now. I don't know how far that will go, but the assembly member for Adrathos seems to be backing their play. So, it seems like things are moving, they're expanding, but it does seem like some of the usual tenants of Adrathos, the people that travel in their caravans and stuff like that, are more opposed to the idea. They're getting some pushback there. I don't know how far those tensions rise. The reports didn't say too much on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Is there any other thing you wanted me to look into?
No, if you could just keep an eye on the situation there.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't look like any delegates been sent to Breton or anything like that, from what I can tell. At least that's been reported. Interestingly enough, there was one in Codroon. But looks like we were lucky enough to never cross paths with them.
Definitely lucky.
Yeah. You need anything, just ask.
Thank you.
You got my contacts. Pulls out a little scroll.
Yeah.
All right.
During the whole thing, Eldon looked very dissociated and out of it, yeah.
All right. And throughout the course of the week, we get some more research done. Gev.
All right, I want to make an argument.
Every time. It's never simple. Jesus Christ.
It is a simple argument. Current events, I want to try and use insight to get a better understanding of the current events because, that's kind of known, right? I don't feel like I'd be looking for it. I would be trying to understand it. It never hurts to ask.
No,
right?
I like your argument for it, that you're trying to get more of a read on current events more so than researching.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to dig in and find the small nitty gritty. I am trying to get caught up on current events.
You're essentially speedrunning it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get that understanding of what's going on.
But then you get the bigger question of, does Zelda have insight as a skill?
Doesn't matter because the druid does.
Ah, good.
So either way, I have advantage.
Perfect.
If she doesn't.
Well, she doesn't, so yeah, that's fine.
That is a 19.
19. So yeah, you were flipping through newspapers, flipping through reports from, the past 40-ish years. A lot of what you see are more of these current events that have been happening here within the past year or so. You also read a little bit about Adrathos trying to establish the city. You read about the tensions between Koldaroon and Sharia building. You read plenty about the massive blowout that happened in Koldaroon a month ago that resolves around the party. You read a lot about Azari and Zatia and about how their tensions with their assembly member were getting higher and higher and higher, and to the point where within the past 2 months they've actually exiled their assembly member from the nation, and that is causing greater tension between Azari and the coalition than that has happened in recent times.
Okay.
So that seems to be coming to a head. The more you read newspapers, it seems to be, mentioned in every paper that you read. It's tension's still growing. The coalition sent a delegate out and Azari rejected them, or, things of that nature.
So we have open warfare in Koldaroon and Cold War in Azari that could break into open warfare at any moment.
Yep, exactly.
Not great.
So you read again about the blights happening in Raleigh and how that's affecting the lumber trade.
Are there any rumors as to what started it? Any kind of speculations out there?
Most of the speculations seem to just believe some weird disease that's affecting plants is happening.
Okay.
But nothing concrete, all like you said, just speculation. People are maybe the soil is finally giving out. Maybe it's some disease. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. Just here and there, but nothing concrete. Nothing that anybody can corroborate or prove.
And same with Azari. Is there any speculation as to the involvement of Devaria? Probably not named, but a group, a rebellion group. Or is that the whole country is against the coalition?
No, it's pretty much, no mention of any group or anything like that. It's mostly just Azari's kind of always been fuck the coalition. It's why, that's the whole lore behind Azari is they're a desert because they kept fucking with the coalition and the gods and not accepting their rule, and they were basically similar to Thombadir was tried to be blasted out of existence.
Okay.
But that's kind of their whole thing. So it's while it's never been quite this bad, well, has been in the past, but hasn't been recently this bad. It's kind of like, okay, well, wild this is happening, but also not totally unexpected.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and over the week, does anybody want to contact people too while we're doing this research?
Yeah, I mean, I would contact a hero at some point just to kind of, we decided we're going to Rualia, so I'd kind of just let them know, hey, this is our plan. Do you know anything additional? Do you got any advice? Not really expecting much because they have their own shit they're dealing with, but just a quick reach out there.
Yeah, absolutely. He does respond. He tells you, yes, look into, you can ask Veneranda. She knows a little bit about the situation evolving there and can get you in contact with our people up there, see if you can maybe help them out. If you need any support or resources, you can call on me.
I appreciate it.
I have a situation brewing here, but
I have heard.
For an old friend, I can offer assistance.
Well, I will try not to need it.
Would be appreciated. But yes, check with Veneranda. She'll get you in contact with the right people.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Stay safe.
You too.
And Kadima, you said you wanted to...
Yeah, I think it's time to call my dad. Been a while.
Been a while.
I think I would try to find some privacy doing this.
Yeah, easily enough done. You can kind of... One of the days you're just kind of in the Varia hideout, go down some tunnels and find yourself in just this secluded space where not too much foot traffic or anything going on.
Yeah. So I'll pull out the sending stone and give Anatoly a ring.
Kadima, it's been a while since our last report.
Yes.
It's unacceptable. He told you once a week.
Yes. It was a little complicated in not compromising my position.
Well, I hope you've gotten us some kind of information, some kind of workable something.
Yes. We landed in Bredon a couple of days ago and are researching into events proceeding before the 10. This scale is much older than we realized.
You realize you speak dangerously. If the wrong people heard you say this, have you executed on the block?
That is why I'm reporting it to you.
You truly believe that this scale that these people encountered could predate the 10?
Everything's pointing that way.
We will keep this between the two of us for now. If what you say is true, things could get very dangerous. Make sure to report back more often. We are dealing with situations here as well. The coalition is backing Sharia in this war, so they'll be sending us out to act as military support, squash this conflict. I'm very busy. So I need you to make sure you're holding up your end. I'd hate for your squad to be in the throes of battle without their leadership. Do your job, Kadima.
Understood.
And if I don't hear something soon, we may have to send somebody to squash this little party, bring you back, and we'll research it on our own.
Understood.
It hangs up.
And Kadima's going to put the stone away and punch the wall. And he's going to walk back to the towards the training area, because we're still in this is us staying there. Yeah, I think he's going to go back and just go into the training area and let off a bunch of steam, because he is he has no idea what to do. No, that's so bad.
All right.
Was he wearing his Redden outfit during?
He was wearing his Redden outfit. He wears that to sleep.
Just for the
now.
viewers. Oh.
It's for the visual.
Yeah, he's got cheeks out when he sleeps.
Man's bootied up
Bootied up
Double cheeked up.
on a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday.
All right. So yeah, as we continue forward into the week, Kadima wants to research into the Thorn family martial art.
Yes, so even more so now.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did that beforehand.
Yeah.
All right. So
You said you wanted to roll yours.
yes,
Awesome. Go ahead.
is this an investigation? Or
This could
is
be investigation, history, or religion. History would give you kind of it's kind of like depends on what you look into. Like history might give you more of the literal history of the martial arts and how it's kind of been passed down. Let's see, investigation would honestly would be in that same boat of like investigating the history to see kind of where the disconnect that you know of happened.
Yeah.
And religion could look into maybe prior to when it became the Thorn family martial art into what it originally was.
That's what I think I want to. Actually, I want to see where the disconnect was first.
Okay.
I want to learn that. So that's investigation.
Yep.
It's all the same for all of them, but I wanted to see what each one of them was.
Yep.
18.
18. So yeah, with that, you're kind of flipping through the Thorn family history. Something you know pretty well already, something you've had to like learn growing up.
Yeah.
So that with that, you're able to kind of skim past the stuff that you already know, but now you know you're looking for something
All the
else.
inflated information about my dad and
Yeah, exactly.
stuff that I know should be written but isn't.
Yep. Yeah, you're kind of flipping through all of that, and you also, like at the same time, you're also kind of researching like religious like history farther back and kind of seeing like in Avalrest specifically, like, okay, when was this martial art picked up by the Thorns? And you go back to, you're reading back to like reports of histories almost like 2,000-ish years ago.
Oh, wow.
Like it goes back far. Not all of that is about the Thorns. That's why you're kind of like cross-referencing. You've got Zelda helping you like researching into this and that. And you guys together kind of see that it was around 2,000 years ago that in Avalrest they started training these unarmed warriors. It seems like it was something that was brought to the nation from this like order of monks that seem to have been traveling and looking for a place to settle. And you like read into it, it's like, okay, where do these monks come from? You go back a little farther, and you see that the reports say that when the martial arts started, what the monks told them was that this was something that they've been protecting for much, much longer, something that this order of monks was the last of their kind and wanted to pass it on to somebody. That somebody just happened to be the first notable Thorn rising up from this like martial art and teaching it to their military and having this shock unit of like hand-to-hand fighters. And it says that these monks say they originated from what Thombadir once was. And looking back in the histories, you've heard that Thombadir used to be this bustling, beautiful city. There's legends that say that Thombadir was where the first decimation took place. That's why it's this cracked, destroyed, desolate land now.
In the description of Thombadir in this history, does it sound like what Vodan was seeing in his vision that we all saw?
The histories still list Thombadir as the cracked like landscape that you know it as today. The monks seem to have been passing on what like word of mouth. They've been taught that they are passing on this martial art.
The history book is saying that the monks were saying that. Got it.
Basically, yeah. The monks recall that they've been taught that this martial art's been passed down since Thombadir. What Thombadir was before the Cracklands, but they don't know because they were still born during the time it was the destroyed land it is now.
So they don't describe Thombadir
No.
what it used to be?
No. It does say it was a utopia, but Zelda's able to research more into that. And like I said, the legends and all that say, like, Thombadir used to be this bustling utopia, things like that. But
And in those legends and everything, does it sound similar?
That's a separate role.
Got it. Got it.
We're looking at the martial arts. You have some more days, so
Yeah.
you can look into it some more.
Got it.
You can set Zelda on it for when we return.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right, we move on to Mish.
Well, I think it's time to reach out to Isadora, do a check-in, and let her know that I'm not dead.
So you reach out, contact Isadora. It does the fantasy equivalent of ringing for a little while before
My little mouse is out on the bed, mouth open.
whole music starts playing. But after about 30 seconds or so, hear, "Oh, hello, you're all right?"
Yes, safe in Bread. We are in the hideout of the Varia.
Oh, so you've made contact then.
Yes. We have put a new person. We've put Zelda is now running the Mage Keep Library
Oh, interesting.
as her uncle.
Even more interesting. How's she keeping that one up?
Lots of time.
Fair enough. Well, I've been to the Mage Keep Library before, but got a bit of a lifetime ban. Under new ownership, maybe I can get back into their good graces.
I'll ask you later. It's not important.
That's misunderstanding.
Got it.
Knowledge
Understood.
is public property.
Got it. Understood. I'm picking it.
Turn back your library book.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I was like. Outstanding library.
So it's mine.
Library. We go back to the library in Isadora's house. At least 3 books say property of Mage Keep Library.
Mage Keep Library.
Nobody can own knowledge. It's for everybody.
That anyone who knows her can come and use.
But yeah, that's very interesting. Maybe I can help her out with pretending to be somebody else thing.
Yeah, we also got another spell book that might be useful for you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Look at you calling me with gifts.
I mean, I can't use it.
You could if you train a little harder. You've been keeping up with your training, right?
Absolutely.
Good boy.
Every day.
So, what's yours? You dropped off Zelda. You've made contact with Varia. What are your next steps looking like?
It looks like we're going to go to Rualia. There's some plague/blight happening that it's close. We're here, and it might be a good place to look for information and for a potential, just anywhere to go, like any path forward.
Yeah, of course. I've heard a little bit about this blight. Some of my channels haven't been able to go there and verify anything yet, but got a friend out there. Said something weird is going on. The blight's not natural, for sure. Something magical is going on there. Definitely worth a look. Report back if you find anything interesting. I'll try and get in contact with them. They're another auxiliary member of the Varia.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll reach out and see what we can do. But I mean, we're not leaving for another couple of days. We're waiting on some equipment to be made here for Kadima.
Oh, how's the young Thorn doing?
Well, I heard him punch a wall earlier, but he does that sometimes.
You gotta let out the frustration somehow. And you're not hurting too bad from missing Zelda, are you? As far as
I think she's better off where she's at. Plus, having another researcher in a place of research is never a bad thing to have.
Oh, of course. But you're a person down, right?
No, we found We found a guy in a mirror.
A couple of guys.
I was gonna say, we're actually a person.
We're actually person positive.
2 person.
So we're down 1 plus 2. So we're net 1. We got a Githyanki who is saying that the last year they remembered was 8,000, and a member of the Varia they were both trapped in a mirror for a long time.
Trapped in a mirror.
Yeah.
Do you still have this mirror?
No, I think the mirror broke.
Okay, makes sense. That's some powerful magic. And you said a Githyanki?
Yes.
It said it was the year 8,000.
That was the last year they remember.
Where do you keep coming across these people?
You know, this time it was in the basement of the library.
I've read a few books about Astral Sea. They said it used to be populated by people. Never heard of their name before, but...
Well, this one's name is Vodan. He seems pretty chill. He's good with a bow.
Might have to make a stop in Britain.
I mean...
I've got a certain curiosity about the Astral Sea myself. Personal one.
Well, yeah, you had your library transport through there.
What safer place for it to be? There's quite a few dangerous things there, but most of them are sparse. But it'd be interesting to hear from someone who might have lived in a town. That's baffling. You found someone very, very interesting.
I mean, they're going to be traveling with us for a while until they decide otherwise.
Got a few things I need to finish up here, but I'll get in contact with you soon. It's been a while since I've seen you, when you were not in dire danger and trying to save your friends. Do with a visit. Plus, I need to meet your new friends.
That's true.
We'll be in contact soon. Maybe I'll meet you in Auralia.
I would be grateful.
Of course. Yeah, we'll talk more soon. Stay safe.
Always.
Keep
You too.
training. Love you.
Love you too.
All right.
Research time.
Research.
All right, thank you for your assistance, Zelda.
And with that is 25 investigation.
Ooh, all right. And you were investigating...
The Astral Sea, as well as the decimation most recent, and as many other information on the decimations beyond that as possible. But the most pressing is the most recent one.
Gotcha. So yeah, starting off with your research into the Astral Sea, it's pretty hard between you and Zelda. You're like poring over books. Most of what you're able to find is what you kind of already know, that the Astral Sea is this vast other plane that, as far as anybody knows, the few people that have explored it and come back to like write about it have said like, yeah, it's vast emptiness. Occasionally you'll come across like what they've described as like asteroids, like floating rocks and debris in the space. You see some people mention seeing like massive beasts that like swim through the space and are incredibly powerful beings. You see more like research of this. You see people have like found like what looks like debris of like civilization. So like there's people that speculate that there used to be some kind of civilization, some kind of people that lived in the Astral Sea, but no one has been able to find any of these people at all. And you see like Vodan's helping you out too, and you kind of see him become more reserved as you guys go farther and farther and farther back, all the way back to where Zelda looks and is like, I don't have any older books than this, and everything is saying the same thing, that the Astral Sea is this vast, empty place. And, you know, Vodan just kind of sits back and kind of retreats into himself, puts his head in his hands, and is just a little despondent. Moving towards the decimations, you see, kind of corroborating what you said, you see the decimation was, for the most part, what reports say across Volosia were that it was shadowy beasts descending upon the nations, tearing people apart. You had, you know, beasts on the ground, beasts into the sea, beasts in the sky, just all kinds of things. But the reports from people in Koldrun and people from Adrathos and even some people from Rualia report that the first night of the decimation they were able to see lights flashing over Sharia, like these massive beams of light shooting into the sky, blowing things apart, and few people report seeing what they describe as a column or a fist of mountainous proportions lowering down onto the city and crushing it.
Okay.
I would say further back decimations are kind of more in line. Most of the reports are all the same. The one before that was floods coming across all of the nations, trying to wipe people away. You see that Thombadir suffered especially worse in that decimations because they're mostly underground and got flooded out. You see more recent decimations going farther back, 300-400 years. You see one decimation was just earthquakes splitting apart the sea, splitting apart the landscape. That seems to be when Rualia seceded from Breton. It was also when the mountain range between Azari and Thombadir formed itself after an apparently egregious move by Azari where they slayed their assembly member and went to battle against one of the avatars of the gods, where that army was wiped out almost to a person. But most of the other reports, you go back and back and back, seem to be in line with what everyone thinks. They take a set amount. They're usually one thing happening across the globe, except for the last decimation.
Interesting. Okay. I think that's it.
Did he tell you what the hand looked like, or was it just a hand?
A column similar to a fist or pushing down. There's different reports from different locations. So it's like my
Did any of them describe what it looked like?
Have you played the game Ashura's Wrath?
No, but I know the reference.
That's what I'm assuming. A giant Buddha-style fist coming down to...
Essentially, yeah, that's what reports say. They don't... some people, that's another thing, the reports differ. Some say it was this blue column light. Some say it was black. Some say it was red. It seems like it shifts depending on where the person was, where they were, it seems different.
What part of the round globe they were on.
Well, that's why it's all different, because the way that the light refracted...
You guys. But yeah, that is what you find.
Okay, cool.
I would like, or Eldon would like, to have a conversation with Rosemary.
Yeah, one day while you guys are all just hanging out, you can pull Rosemary aside. Hey, what's going on, boss?
So I want you to be able to make your own decisions and be your own creature.
Thought that's what I was doing.
Yes, you are. Where we're planning on going, there is some kind of sickness that's impacting the plants. And I don't know how it works. I don't know if you could catch it.
Nah, probably not.
There's potential that you could die, though.
I'll never die.
You will die someday. You're not immortal.
Do we know that?
I think we know that right now. I don't know that you won't become immortal.
Who's to say? Besides, that's just affecting your average run-of-the-mill plants. I'm a special plant.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
All right.
Plus, I got you guys. You'll keep me safe. Put a branchy hand on your shoulder.
I will try to keep you safe, but I can't promise that I'll be able to. And you need to know that.
Kind of has a moment of real reflection. I'll go where you go. I'll be all right.
Okay.
And if I start coughing, do something.
I will.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Besides, they're hurting my cousins. Family helps family. Gotta go see what we can do.
Cousin.
You're right.
Cousin.
But I appreciate you looking out for me.
Yeah, of course.
And I'll keep looking out for you. Hey, got your back.
I know you do.
Backpack time.
And yeah, the week continues to move by. Or anything else? I'll say first 4 days, 4 people, 4 researchers. Think anything else anybody wants to research in these last couple of days? Anything anybody wants to do? Reach out to contact.
Do you want to do a second try on that extra bit of information you wanted to look into?
Oh, yeah.
Because I can help you with that.
I was going to have, if you want to, you can. I was going to see if Vodon wanted to go over some of the stuff that I found.
I mean, 3's a party.
Yep.
Yes, I'd love to.
This might sound weird. While I'm trying to read through this stuff, can you show me that vision you saw of the prime material, that city that you saw?
Yes, I can do this.
So I want to as he's
Projecting the image.
projecting it in, I want to be reading through that passage and
Yeah,
see.
and he can project it to both of your minds as you're all researching this. Go ahead. I'll say Vadon can help you and Zelda can help you, and you can both roll with advantage and see what we get.
What am I rolling?
You can do, I'll say this can be history or investigation for this one.
Okay, I'll do investigation.
With advantage?
Yep. 18.
18.
30.
I'm sorry, what?
A natural 20 for 30.
Wow. Tell us everything you know.
You have plus 10?
Yep. I have expertise in investigation.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well,
30.
first 30 of the campaign, I think.
I think so.
I think that.
Well, when we were about to go stealth with Pass Without Trace, I was going to get a 30 real easy.
Yeah, but
Same.
until we were level 5, 30 was impossible.
Yeah.
Like, literally impossible.
Hey, still the first one. So yeah, with that, you guys are flipping through books. You guys, with Zelda's help, go find some of the oldest tombs that exist within the Mage Keep Library. You're going down into the basement and collecting some of the books down there that they don't let the general public, see or have access to. And you're reading back through basically what amounts to journals of people that have explored ruins around Velostia, and reading about how they found the evidence of a grand city where Thombador once stood. They found, these massive ruins that are still existed above ground when they were still exploring. And some of these journals are already thousands of years old, just still preserved with some magic and things like that. But you find some of that. You find one in particular that seemed to have been someone who was a cartographer going around trying to map Velostia. But what they did was, once they found one of these ruins, they seemed to have mapped it out, and almost a recreation based on the architecture that was still existing, seemed to have recreated a drawing of what they thought one of these buildings that existed before it was destroyed would have looked like. And one of these tall spires looks very similar to one that is sitting in the distance in Vadon's vision.
Interesting. Well, that is getting added to the list of so many other things to do after Rualia. Right?
Yeah. I'm going to hand Mish 5 gold.
What? Why?
I was wrong. It was in the past.
We were never betting on that.
I'll walk away.
It was always in the past. You thought it was in the future?
We talked about this.
Yeah, Vodon had already, much like everyone else, had assumed that might have been the case, but is still just shell-shocked by the confirmation. He says, yes, this is one of the towers I was able to see from the ship. It's been thousands of years.
Almost 5.
And
Yeah, the journals that we're seeing, what year do we guess that is?
the oldest one you find that has this image in it is probably 199, the year 199. It's ancient. Ancient enough, basically, that what you assume is that it was early enough after the destruction of the city that there was still enough architecture for him to make a recreation.
That means that those buildings, if we're guessing the decimations started at like year 0 or whatever, then it lasted, what, 2 years? No, it
Almost 200.
200.
well, because if it was drawn as ruins in 199, it would have been destroyed at 100. So it didn't survive
The second.
the first or the
Yeah.
second or whatever. So it was like one of the first things to go in this world. Okay. That is our Aor.
So time that we know, because Vodan said 8,000. That puts everything at 1280.
Like if we're counting his time and our
Total.
time. Yeah.
1299.
No, because he said that happened at 199.
Oh,
So that removes 199 off of us currently.
right.
So 4,999 minus 199 brings us to 4,800 plus 8, so that's 12,800.
Yeah.
That's a very short amount of time. I mean, grand scheme of things,
For what?
just everything.
The existence
of velocity, but a velocity,
Oh.
but the world sans
we know it.
gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the gods attacking happened at 190, oh no.
The gods attacking, we still think happened at 0.
0, because he saw the things that were
Ruins.
ruins but not ruins. He
Right.
saw them in the prime. He saw prime at the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the gods have really only been around for. We're assuming that 0 was the first decimation.
Decimation. Yeah. And then every 100 years after that, which is a fuck ton of goddamn decimations,
How is this world standing?
because they only take 10% of people.
But I'm more talking, the population isn't the thing. It's the environmental impact of these
I mean,
decimations.
look at Sharia. Sharia was fucking.
Smashed, yeah, and they're still around.
They got Buddha bombed.
And in very much the way of like Pangea, like the shape of Velostia then has got to be drastically different
Yeah.
than it is now. Like, Ruralia and Breton
Are separated.
100 years ago. or-
500 years
500
ago
years ago,
were
we're-
one continent.
yeah.
Now they're separated by a large, massive river.
Sharia is a big
Crater now.
bowl.
Yeah.
That was 100
That's
years
recent.
ago.
They got beat into it.
Oops.
The gods really said, "Catch this hand."
That's why we must fist them back.
Amen.
Yes.
Right up there,
Damn straight.
Cloaca.
All right. So with that goes on for probably like a couple of days, honestly, as you're just digging through old
Yeah, I'm
tombs.
assuming that takes us a little bit to go through,
Yeah.
like 12,000 years or 4,000 years of.
history and parsing out what's useful to you and what's not. And but at that, the end of the week comes. Kadima, you can go back to the affordable mana core.
Yes.
Getting if they're waiting for you. I think this is some of my best work yet.
Oh, no.
There's no way you rolled.
96. There's no way we're 100% for hitting these fucking shitty rolls. I'm going to use my inspiration.
I'll laugh like hell if you get the other end of the spectrum and we still don't know. If you get like a 4.
48.
Okay.
He slides you your robes nicely folded. You can see there's what looks like there's not like armor in place, but it looks like he took some of the carapace and like kind of placed it between like the
Like
folds.
weaved it through?
Yeah, weaved in. So now there's like these plates of carapace in the robes themselves, and you can see these like arcane runes kind of like exuding this energy from them. So this is some of my best work yet. I think you'll be very happy with it.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
Hey, any time. Hey, you can come back here whenever you like. You guys have been great patrons, and yeah, there's unfortunately not a huge business for a lot of these magic items these days, but
Well, with this kind of craftsmanship, I'll be sure to spread the word around.
hey, and I appreciate that. Yep, tell them all about the affordable mana core.
I will.
Best deals in bread.
Sweet. So I will. Do you mind if I use the changing room?
Oh, of course, go ahead.
Awesome. Let's throw everything on and head back to the library.
Yeah, the week comes out to a close. Is there anything anybody would like to do before
Elle would like to have tea with Cassandra.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you guys meet. She tells you to meet her in her room this time. Just kind of hang out, talk, and chill. So, I guess you're heading out here soon?
I think so.
Up to Rualia.
Yeah.
Look at you, always off to save the world.
Well, that's not my intention, but it's what's happening, I guess.
Hey, at least you're good at it.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I know you're not going far, but I miss you. It's been nice this past week to be able to hang out and get caught up.
It has. And I'd like to keep in touch and give you one of the sending stones.
She just smiles and hugs you. You know I'm gonna need daily updates about the Kadima situation.
Oh, okay.
I need to know everything.
I will do my best.
How are you guys getting to Rualia? You walking or?
I think we're walking and then taking a ferry or something.
How many tents you guys got?
Oh, I don't think we have any tents.
Well, maybe maybe one less than you need. And just, well,
You're sneaky.
hey, I'm just saying, travel light.
Travel light. Mm-hmm.
Never know. But this is really sweet. We'll definitely stay in contact. And hey, if you ever gotta swing back through Brudden, I'm always here.
Of course. We're family.
Love you.
I love you too.
Big hug, tears streaming down. Call me every day.
I will. I will.
And yeah, you guys can get your things together. The Varia is more than happy to supply you with any, like rations and things like that for your trip. Veneranda actually comes to meet you guys before you leave. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you and being able to be the one to bring you into the fold, so to speak, and to re-greet you back into the fold, Geverax.
Thank you.
I'm glad you all are heading up that way. We've been investigating, a little bit about the Blight, mostly the chapter there.
Who is your counterpart in Rualia?
My counterpart in that area, their name is Eti. They are powerful druid in Rualia. They've been investigating this blight. They believe it's not a natural occurrence. We had some rumors. That's kind of where we got the idea to, connect it. We're not sure what happened to the Velithos family in Rualia. We know they were traveling through there. But we did find them. They are dead. We confirmed that, and it seemed to be some kind of disease or poison that affected them. We're not sure how it happened, but while we're investigating it, we figured we might as well try to spin it to our purpose. With Kabita, by the way, in chains. That went off without a hitch. I thank you.
Great.
That is
so
very
much.
good to hear. He was not a very good guy.
He's a piece of work, but not for much longer. Your friend is, from what I hear, thrilled by the idea.
I am very sure.
But, yeah, so it's good that you guys are going up there. You guys had asked me, Cassandra had come and asked me if we have any jobs in the area, and don't really have anything that's worth your time. But my suggestion was going to be Rualia. Eti could use a little bit of help up there. There's not many, they're not very combat-oriented if it does come to that, but could use a different set of eyes. They'll be looking out for you. They're pretty easy to find. Look for the symbols I showed you before, and good luck on your travels. I've got Civ collecting you some supplies, tents, rations, that kind of thing. And yeah, if you need anything else. Oh, I almost forgot. Gavarax, Eldon, Mish, I think you guys were the ones that said you do magic, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Here, I've got a little something here for you. And she pulls out 3 necklaces for you all that are, she's like, these are amulets against proof of detection. They should keep you safe from the effects of coalition tracking higher level magic.
Wow.
I don't know what your magical capabilities are, but after a certain level, they ping on a coalition radar, so to speak.
Would she have made one for Vodon?
Oh, that's, yes.
Yeah, so don't a little bit of magic.
3 necklaces. Pop out.
4
4
necklaces.
necklaces. Yes.
4.
I said
4.
1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Yes, these should keep you safe.
Hopefully these aren't preloaded with Shadow Weaver.
You're guaranteed Shadow Weaver free.
TM.
Now with 50% less Shadow Weaver.
Yeah.
With
No,
100% less.
50%. Best I can do.
Yes, they should keep you safe from pinging the Coalition's magical radars, and as a little bit of bonus, they should keep you safe from most rudimentary scrying methods. So while they won't keep you safe from people recognizing you, they should keep you safe from any attempts to magically divine your locations.
That's great. Thank you.
Yes,
Out of
course.
attunement slots.
Way. And yes, of course, if you need anything else, feel free to reach out. And good luck. Goes around, shakes all of your hands.
I'll shake her hand with my right one this time.
Same, just a little bit of a jolt. A little shiver down her spine. And yours.
Let's go.
All right.
As we walk out, Gavrax will walk over to Kadima. I know this was for magic, but it does work without magical ability. Is it useful for you to not be scryed upon with your position with your family and with us? I can always pose as cleric, which easier to skate by. Would it be beneficial for you?
That's a good question, because on one hand would be kind of nice because of what they never mind. Yeah, it could be nice to cover up, but I think also in that same vein, the absence of me being able to be scryed on could also be not good. I think in my case, transparency is what is keeping this ruse going. But I appreciate it.
Understood. If you change your mind, I do not need it per se. So if you want it, it is yours.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You see, like, and as he's like talking about it, Kadima's knuckles are like white.
I think I'm going to slip it onto your person.
Ooh.
Just so you have it. Like, you don't, obviously you're not going to attune to it without, unwillingly, but just so you have it in case you decide that you want it.
Gotcha.
All right. And you all say your goodbyes. Civ kind of meets you at the, as you guys exit the, like, Varia tunnel. Civ is sitting there in one of the safe houses. You know, it's been real entertaining while you guys were around. Definitely miss you.
Yeah, it was good getting to know you. I'm sure we'll be back.
Can't wait to take some more of your money when you do.
Hey,
Working on the
I got
sleeve.
it. I got it all back. See, yeah, just got to tighten up the sleeve. I can't really do that trick, but
Hey, we can get you some sleeves.
I don't need them. I cheated on that last round anyways.
Son of a bitch. I knew I liked you. pat you all on the back. Well, safe travels. You two, don't get caught.
That's the plan.
Yep.
Have fun.
You too.
Oh, I always have fun.
I'm sure you do.
And yeah, you guys depart from Breton, heading northwest. You guys walk through the city, out into the wetlands where small riverways dot the landscape. And off in the far distance, you see the massive, sprawling forest of Ionis. That's where we'll end this session.
Fuck, I was hoping you weren't going to say that.
We are at an hour.
I know.
If you want to hear more about how we and our characters are feeling, check out What's in the Box, where we decompress from the events of the episode. This has been an NCCEC production. Now that the episode is done, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Mindscapes and Magic for more content, and come hang out with us in our Discord for episode discussions. We'll see y'all for the next misadventure.